Hello my friends, Russell Wright from networkempire.com, and I want to show you the Pain Finder application, which is part of our multi-level system that we provide at networkempire.com, but it's also a standalone product. What you would do is you would use your username and password to log in to the Pain Finder service. This is not something you download onto your desktop. You can see I have plenty of other projects drilled. Keep in mind the purpose of this software is to find the best questions with the most number of views and other people who've answered the questions as quickly as possible. This is not a Yahoo Answers type application. We are pulling from Quora, which we've shown statistically is the highest quality of answer and the highest number of views on questions, which gives you an excellent idea of one, how many people are viewing the most important questions, two, the location to answer questions that'll drive traffic directly to your site. Now this is really a powerful insight. Let's say for example we're building a website on cancer, okay, which I actually do have on one of my networks. So what you do is you click create project and you just simply type in cancer. Now just like Kraken, if you're familiar with our Power Vertical Online Market Analysis applications, you would type first in the vertical theme. This is not very common, is it, with most keyword tools? Well, this is not a keyword tool. You want to find out all the questions that associate itself with the word cancer. Okay, I'm going to call this project cancer, but I'm also going to type the first keyword in. Now later on, if we find out prostate cancer or kidney cancer or some specific kind of cancer is more important, we can drill into that specifically as a separate project. Okay, click create project. What's going to happen is Pain Finder is going to go out and find all the pain in the market. The way that it does that when we're talking about pain is question. Okay, when people are asking a question, they want the answer, and that's kind of painful. Usually they're asking the question because they're in some sort of pain. As you can see very quickly, Pain Finder starts to go out and pull all the questions off of Quora and soon other locations related to cancer. And that's not even the coolest and most important part, because all of these links are clickable, and I have a high-rated Quora account and you can get one too. We talk a little bit about how to do that in the course, and we're adding modules every day. But it also shows you exactly how many views are associated with individual questions. That is the most important part for me, because when I know a topic is common and has a lot of views and a lot of followers, that means that this is a source of pain in the market. It's really important to get that, because when I start blogging this, first I can go and answer the question, what defines cancer? I can actually go over to Quora when I'm logged into my account. I can see who's got the #1 answer, and check this out. The #1 answer doesn't even have a video added to it. I can add my own video or a video answered by somebody else on my website, however you want to do it, and that's going to help get your answer voted up. And you will have a link inside your answer to the site that you're building, and that link will get traffic instantly. I have had traffic as quickly as 5 minutes on high-profile questions and high-profile answers that are on Quora. And if people are following that question or looking for it, they might even get notifications on their iPhone. They might get notifications elsewhere. And that's very important, because if somebody's avidly watching the question, they have a real problem, they're in pain, and you can get them to your site immediately. The idea is to give them a little bit of a tip, maybe a video, a link to the site for them to get more information. And folks, these guys do this hand over fist. It's the fastest way that I've ever generated traffic, with the exception of a few social media and Facebook tips. So that's really powerful. Now you can see we're only 69% of the way through this challenge, through this question. And you can see what it's doing is it's populating all of the number of, is looking for how many times these have been viewed. It's pulling back the followers, and more importantly, pulling back the number of answers. You can see, where do the millions of cancer research dollars go every year? That's a question that I would not even have thought to address on my website. But now it's there. And I will address it, and I will answer it on Quora, probably with somebody else's video, because there's no rules on Quora saying you can't use other people's answers. So guess what, guys? You don't even have to be smart with this application. That's what's so crazy about it. You can use OPV, other people's videos, OPC, other people's content, and just simply attempt to help people on Quora answering these questions. By the time Pain Finder gets done 100%, you will know what the #1 question with the word cancer is. And you can open a new project if you decided that you've got a site on cancer, but maybe you have a specific site talking about breast cancer. You can drill breast cancer separately, and you will find that it has a whole different set of questions with the number of views, followers, and answers that come up. Folks, this creates really high topic answers and questions and traffic. The traffic that comes off of Quora is by far the best in any other networks that I've seen. Okay, and that's very cool. And also, your profile on Quora is very helpful and positions you as a subject matter expert. So this is instantaneous authority, even if you're using other people's content. I'm going to pause for a second and wait till this is 100% drilled and show you what kind of awesome questions is coming back. I can actually see a whole website populating right now before my eyes. Okay, I've let this drill run, and you can see now that it's 100% done. If you scroll down, you can see that what we thought was going to be number one early on, like where's the money gone for the Cancer Society or the Cancer Research Institute, it's now gone to 36,360 views for how common is that sunspot. Is it that sunspots on the face are skin cancer? Now, this tells us an amazing thing. On the entire internet, from a Quora perspective, which has the dominant number of questions across multiple industries that are answered by experts and pseudo-experts, this skin cancer phenomenon is the most important. So if I'm building a site, whether it's a regular site or an autoblog or anything like that, I'm going to know that sunspots on the face are skin cancer, that skin cancer is a very, very important term. So this might mean that on one of our client sites where she doesn't have anything about skin cancer, or if she does, maybe nothing specific to those spots, she can either create an entire silo. Please do see our information on SEO silo architecture and our instant silo plugin and video silo plugin, where she could just answer, here's skin cancer right here, but she could get more specific, and I can make sure that the client includes this topic. Further, I can drive traffic directly to this site by simply putting a link to that particular page where I've answered the question inside of Quora. Hopefully you can see the power in something like that. I instantly found out the most fearful and painful question in the topic cancer currently on Quora. Now, again, here's another question that's not related to skin cancer. Can I use the internet to save mom who suffers from stage 4 cancer? Okay, so this is a very powerful question with a huge amount of pain. You can see that it's got 100 followers, probably people who have somebody in their family who has cancer. There's 44 answers. It's going to be a lot of conversation, a lot of pain in there. And you can see that there's the views in here. This is powerful stuff, you guys. This is an immense amount of pain happening around this market. And you can actually use this to drive traffic to your site and provide your solution and or insight. Or if you're an aggregation site, you can just add this question and answers, and just, if you want to, you can hijack the conversation and use other people's answers. There's so many ways that you can use this application that we've had to lay them down in our courses and so on and so forth. Okay, let's go ahead and look at a couple more questions, but I think you get the general idea of how PainFinder works. Is it true that oncologists refuse to be treated for terminal cancer? Okay, that's an innovative question. Now, one of the things I'd also like to add is on Quora, you can actually add your own question as well. We call this Quora Inception, and do make sure that you have some valuable answers and don't sell anything directly on Quora, but this does allow you to answer your own questions and rephrase the question or create a frequently asked question and turn it into a should ask question. Please do see our other courses on should ask versus frequently asked questions. And in summary, if you scroll down, you're going to see the most important conversations with thousands of views, hundreds of followers, in the order of importance in terms of how people ask these questions, what are they thinking about, and what are they in pain about. Even if you go down here to questions that have only been viewed 200 times, you'll still find amazing questions with lots of followers. What is the astrological interpretation combined? Okay, this is actually astrology, so this is a pulsum. That's no problem. A pulsum just means it has the word cancer in the sun sign. We can go ahead and trash that. All you have to do is trash that particular question because it's not relevant. Here's also a great question. I have a site on prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is no problem. You can just grab it right here, and I could turn that into a question on the prostate cancer site, or turn it into a silo using Kraken or the last keyword tool, or Domain Web Studio Network Empire Silo Builder. We have a lot of tools that you can build really powerful SEO structures. What I like about this is it gets the momentum going. If you have a professional product or service that addresses this, or you're a reseller of a product or service, you do need to remember that you can look and see what's going on. There's only one answer. You can create a better answer. Do not sell directly. This is indirect selling. provide some insight and links to your blog that has some resources, put a video in here, and you'll see that video answers just look a lot better on the page. Okay, hopefully you get an understanding of this. On the next videos, I'll show you how I got #2 position on Quora using this question in the SEO industry. Now that question drives dozens of people per week to a site with a very decent conversion rate for a silo plugin which people download. All right, but for now, all of you in the Warriors Forum, OMG, you get a pretty good understanding of how Pain Finder works, how amazing it actually is. One last thing I will say before I go. If, for example, you're done drilling into the vertical market, and you realize that prostate cancer is the way you want to go in terms of creating site and information, you just go to the project screen, because you've drilled down and you discovered that the products and services that you have are more associated with prostate cancer. Create a new project, and you can call this whatever you want, and you can just do that entire thing again. Okay, and you'll know that this is about prostate cancer. You've effectively drilled into the vertical market, and then you're going to drill into the niches or themes or market segments within that market to find the questions within the questions within the questions. And you will drive traffic on every single blog post that you create. And you can create theme mirroring by pointing the blog post back to the core question back to the blog post, and this way drive both traffic and ultimately page rank to your websites while becoming an authority in your market. Russell Wright from networkempire.com. Please do visit us at networkempire.com to see more amazing softwares that we have all ready for you to go. Thank you.